Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 1st of August. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is a weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we're looking at Santos, Flight Centre, Seek, AMI and AB1. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter. Make sure you share this video on social media, and any advice is general only. So looking at Santos, we'll start off with a weekly chart. I'll zoom in here. So what we've seen is a rally since the beginning of the year. In April, it got close to last year's high and then came back. But the fact it didn't get sold off very sharply is a positive sign. It's just been congesting under this old high, which is a positive. And basically it means that it's basically readying itself for a breakout through 750, and if that was to occur, we should get a fairly decent rally. Looking at it short term, so I'll move to the daily chart. This is the April high. If we draw a trend line here, linking up these peaks, we could see that it looks like it's trying to break out now of this pattern. So perhaps an early sign that it's getting ready to make that move. So we just need to see a little bit more confirmation over the next few days. Flight Centre, so weekly chart. This is one we've been negative on for a while. We had this big bearish engulfing pattern here on the weekly, and then a failure to do much, which was basically your sell signal, and then the share price deteriorated over the last 12 months. Early signs, maybe it's found a low. So what we've got is, we've had a little bit of a rally here since this low in April, May. This peak's been taken out, and if we move to a daily chart, we can see that it is trying to make some ground through these resistance levels. So still early days, but I think if we can establish support above $46, it starts to look a little bit more positive. So this is Seek. We'll start off with the weekly chart. As we can see, a rally since the start of the year has brought it just short of last year's high. Possible reversal here when you look at it on a weekly candlestick chart. But just moving to the daily, what we're seeing now is, so essentially we're seeing a slight lower low, and this looks to be a lower high due to the sell-off. And again, this has taken out that low. So potentially we're getting lower lows, lower highs. This also looks like a head and shoulders, which is just getting breached now. So if we get a push up here pretty much today, tomorrow in Seek, maybe all is okay. But if it continues to slide here, and we could see that volume was fairly decent, we're going to see lower levels. Initial targets, what you do is you measure the size of the head and shoulders and extrapolate beyond the neckline. So we're looking at initially levels just under $20, but that doesn't mean that it can't continue to fall much further. So I think as a minimum, the way it's looking at the moment, I think Seek's going to fall back to levels under $20. Okay, AMI. So we're on the daily chart, very poor performance so far this year. It looks like it's finding a bit of support. We had a bounce higher several days ago, and then a retest of this prior low before bouncing again. So it looks like it's trying to find some support. I'd prefer to see a break of, it looks like 55 cents is a key level. It'd be nice to see it get beyond that, so we can feel more comfortable that there's something happening. So yeah, just a few cents away from that, and it really needs to hold that 40-cent level. I think if it breaks that, that's a clear negative. Finally, AB1. So if we start off with a weekly, obviously it's had a fantastic run since early 2018. Moving to the daily, last few weeks or so, we've had a bit of a consolidation and then a clear breakout yesterday. So this is a very bullish looking candle on good volume. So far so good. It looks like this thing can continue to head higher. All right, that's it for this week. Make sure you send me your requests for next week. and please share this video around on social media.